Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. Found this great deal on eBay. I think it was $10, $10.97, something like this. This is a 3rd edition Thompson chain reference. You know, sometimes I just bid. If I find something really cheap that I've kind of wanted, I bid on it. And you can see the gold is still there. It's got great semi-yap. Now, on the inside of the front cover, we're going to look at this in just a minute. It's going to say deluxe leather. It looks like a pebble grain Morocco. You know, B.B. Kirkbride and Charles Thompson's so-called business marriage is one of the better success stories in history. You can see that it's still got all of its indentions, its indexes, every single one is still there. You can see the yap. I mean, it's close to a full yap. But just a luxurious leather. And this is the 3rd edition. I've got a 5th edition large print, a 4th edition, which was the first study Bible I ever had. And this is deluxe leather, nylon sewed. Now that was like a big thing, especially in the 50s and 60s. This was printed in 1957. They had nylon sewn Bibles, like it was supposed to last longer or something like that. I remember they tried some type of fiber optic Winchester shotgun barrel back then. I don't think it worked out real well. But you can see it's the 3rd improved edition. And I've researched the internet and I found years ago a good difference between the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th editions and of the Thompson chain, but I haven't found a good thing what's the difference between the 3rd and the 4th. I've already seen some things in the map section, like the maps are kind of backwards. Thompson chains always use Bible paper for their maps, which is really cool. Now, Thompson actually has kind of a Pentecostal background. He taught at Amy Semple McPherson's Life Bible College. But you can see, you know, this is still in the Thompson chains today. Very helpful illustrations. I had a friend of mine, Pastor Lloyd Dunnigan, up at Hampton Heights Fellowship in Hampton, Georgia. And he was a naval mathematician, and Thompson actually let him go through every chain to make sure were there any errors. And he's still, Brother Dunnigan's still pastoring to this day. I think he's 75, 77, somewhere in that neighborhood. You can see the Thompson chain system. I did a video just recently on how to use a Thompson chain Bible, but basically you would look at these numbers and go to the back and it would expound on everything. There's actually other ways to use it as well, but like before Genesis 1, the chapter, it's going to break it down almost into an outline form. Now, it's not a red letter. Great Bible page, and almost no ghosting. I'll just give you a sample of that in the book of Psalms. High quality. And Thompson chain, they still, like, if you're a minister, like an evangelist or something, they have a program where you can sell Thompson chains from church to church. I think he was millennial, but one thing people really like about the Thompson chain, he was very non-sectarian. And some of his various things, like working for Pentecostal Bible College or being millennial, people have not really been able to pick up on that very much at all, if at all, in his notes. You'll see the index, and it's kind of an alphabetized. Make sure the 3rd edition, yeah, it is in fact alphabetized. So like if you're doing a study on priesthood, you could look up here under priest and then follow the numbers. The numbers just start at 1 and keep on going. So it's very easy to use. It seems kind of daunting at first. It's kind of like a center column reference. I'll show you there. So kind of like a center column reference, but it is actually very easy to use once you get the hang of it. 5 minutes. Watch that instructional video if you've got a Thompson chain or want to get one. It's very easy to use. I'm sure there's other instructional videos out there as well. But used to sell these for many years, so I kind of have a feel for it. But I just love it. Look at all the information. It takes every book of the Bible, gives a great outline, gives a chronology. He's got Ussher's chronology or Lloyd's scattered all throughout. And I'll show you what I mean. It's got a really cool purple ribbon marker too about the map section. You can see kind of how the map section is just a little disjointed. And maybe they couldn't do it without ghosting is why they did the maps this way. But in subsequent editions, it's not that way. Let's just see if it's actually got the nation of Israel going through water on the Exodus. Let's see here if it does. It's a very conservative study Bible. And of course, when it has the Exodus route, it does not have the nation of Israel going through any water. As a matter of fact, it's got them avoiding water, it looks like, which is always fascinating to me. But the third edition Thompson chain, just one of those neat things to have. You could do worse than a Thompson chain as your only Bible. People ask me, what's the best study Bible? It really depends on what you're hunting for. So many people like the Dakes, and so many people, use various translations, and like the ESV study Bible, NLT study Bible. On and on and so forth. But the Thompson chain for just pure scriptural study is probably the very best one out there. So God bless. I'll talk with you later in Jesus.